welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, we'll be doing some Starlight into Sweden 6. This is one of Starlight's best matchups. It's actually one of the strongest matchups in the game. Basically, Sweden dies to anything that has a skip, and we have a skip right here in peace. We also have a very strong defend 5, and we have plenty of drafts. Um, we also have Explorer Disruption. Sweden just doesn't stand a chance. We get to start with one of the blights. Since there's two blight because of Sweden 8, we can choose either land. But I'm going to choose D5. Looking at board D here, Sands is that worst explore for us, while Wetlands is a very nice one. And then Mountain and Jungle are pretty medium. Okay, let's see what we get. Starting Explore is Mountain, and the row backing is Wetlands. That's really unfortunate for us. That means we're definitely going to be facing down to City Land, and there's that possibility that we face down that terrible City Land. And because we're playing board D, both of our lands are blighted. So, okay, we're going to use some standard Starlight stuff if you guys have seen in my previous videos. We're going to choose placing a presence, gaining an energy, and gaining a power card. And we're going to place the presence first. Then we're going to gain that power card, and then we're going to move that presence. I was about to say, basically, we're just looking for a defensive tool, and that's Quicken. So it's on element. It's a defend 10, so this probably wins the game by itself. Looking at the other cards, Absorb Corruption, just kidding, wins. These cards are way too slow. Here there be monsters. I could see an argument for this card. It's a zero-cost card, but it's off element. You guys know I love to play Earth-based spirits, and this is a very powerful card in this matchup. So we're going to grab Quicken. We're going to move this presence. I'm going to choose to move this presence to D7. And we'll go from there. Oh, cards that we're going to play. We'll play Reimagining and Shape. So standard opening stuff. Build Mountain. Let's put the boards up. And the Explore is Jungle. Nice. Okay, so we didn't get completely screwed. All right. And we have our first real decision of the game here. We have that right innate, which is that moon innate. I can choose to gather an Explorer or gather a Dahan. So I can choose to gather this Dahan from D2 into D5, basically stopping escalations on both lands. Another option is I can stop the build here on D6. I'm going to opt to stop the escalations. I'm okay with this building. So I'm going to gather this Dahan from D2 into D5. And that's with our moon innate. I'm then going to use shape. I'm going to gain a minor. I'm then going to forget this card for 3 energy. 1, 2, 3. And we got some amazing hits. So more defense. We got Promises, which is another earth animal. So it lines up nicely with Quicken. We got Renewing Rain, which is a water earth plant. Blight removal. We know that this card is amazing on Starlight. Really, the right answer here is Promises. It's a way that we can. It's fast to Han movement as well as it's on element with Quicken. It's zero cost. It's pretty much everything we want. If I didn't draft a defend this previous turn, Sap is definitely a card that we would consider. Flowdown River is no sleeper. It is that water plant, which is great with Starlight. We do like to prefer not blighting in this matchup because of Sweden 5. When you blight, you add more towns. So blight removal strat isn't as good. Now, it's still very, very viable just because blight removal is just phenomenal. But okay, we're going to use Boon of Reimagining, Forget and Gather. We're going to get 6 cards. And let's see, we're looking once again for more Earth. We got another Earth Animal Moon, so that lines up even better with Quicken. It's also a defend. We're going to grab Guardian Serpents. And so the rest of these cards I'm not too excited about. We have Portents and Terror, basically just fast fear. Bird's Cry is fast to Han movement. Sunset Fires, terrible card. And then Dire Meta, it's on element. I'm just not a big fan of this card. It adds blight, adds a bunch of tokens. So looking at this, we've teched heavily into Earth and Animal. We've also teched heavy into Moon. I could see an argument maybe for Bird's Cry as a way to kind of shuffle Dahan around quite nicely. I think I'm going to go with Bird's Cry. There could be an argument for grabbing Portents as Forget Fodder because it has that Moon and Air that we may need. It's also cheaper. Let's go with Bird's Cry though. I think that, oh, we already have Dahan movement with Promises. Okay, just kidding. We're going to grab, we will actually grab Terror Turns to Madness. And I'm just grabbing this for the elements. I want to have a card that I can forget that's Moon, Air, and Water. Okay, time passes. We're going to G3 again. Or not G3, we're going to gain a power card and move a presence. And Enticing Splendor, one of the best cards in the game. It's fast, disruption, zero cost. Sear Anger is pretty solid too. Adding Badlands, zero cost. Strong Constant Currents, zero cost. Water, Earth, Sun. And then Land of Haunted Embers, probably the weakest out of the four. I really could see an argument mainly for these two. They line up very nicely with their strategy. I think I'm more leaning towards Strong Constant Currents because that allows me to give fast Dahan movement so I can shuffle Dahan into my jungle next turn. So let's grab Strong Constant Currents. And we're going to move that presence. Oops, we're going to move our presence from D8 into, or D7 into D8. And then we're going to place a presence from bottom track, creating that sacred site. And then we're going to gain an earth element there. And then our last activation will be an energy. And we're going to play Quicken as well as Promises. We're going to play these two cards. That will give us our defend 5 in the mountain as well as our defend 10 over here in this mountain. And then I could choose to use Promises. I think I will. I'm going to use Promises to gather these two Dahan into my D8, basically allowing me for a counterattack. Next turn, I think we end up taking a Blight here, just because it's... Well, actually, we could... Yeah, unfortunately, how things line up, I can't defend both lands, because I need a Sacred Site here, and then I need to have range for my D2. So what I'll probably do is just defend my D2 and just take the Blight here to scale on D6. Oh, now time passes. It's not what we wanted. Okay. See what that event is. Gradual Corruption. So we do have one card because of Sweden, so we do have to pay an energy for this. So it's one energy, or we add a Blight. We then get to Fatalities. That's really good. Does damage there. And then add a Dahan to one of its lands with Dahan. That's amazing, because now we can add a Dahan to D8 here. And we have the Defend 10 here. So now it stops this land from being Sweden escalation. So Mountain Ravage, dead, dead, build jungle, explore E's wetlands. With escalation, and we have no escalation, and we'll time pass. Okay, so definitely have some options here. I could opt to do Piece of the Night Sky, skipping both of these lands, and then kind of going off of that. I usually don't play Sleep in this matchup, or not. Why did I say Sleep? Peace. I usually don't play Peace in this matchup. I try to just gain tempo as much as I can, though Peace does seem like a really good hit here. I can use Currents. I can push to Han. I think we want Peace next turn to skip my D3. It's just so sad I can't stop everything. Okay, let's get a minor here. Maybe we can draft another defend. Well, there it is. Ask and you may receive. We also got some good cards. We have Shore Seas, another Water Earth Plant. We also got Gift of Power, our best minor in the deck. But against Sweden, we just need to be proactive. We don't need to have these late game strats. Purifying Flame, Blight Removal. I mean, what's not to like? Yeah, I mean it's just Dark Entangled here. And we're gonna move a presence. We'll move a presence over here to D2. We'll place a presence. Oh, actually, we will not place a presence. Ooh, I made a slight mistake here. I guess instead of moving this, we'll just put a presence here. The slight mistake is I should have placed the presence first, but it's okay. And then we'll reclaim one. We'll choose to reclaim Promises, and we're going to opt to skip my my D3 next turn. And the cards I want to play, Dark Entangled as well as Promises. Play these two cards. And the element I want to get here, I can get a Moon for the Moon innate or an Animal, trying to set up for a better Animal innate next turn. I think I want to go with an Animal. I feel like the Animal will give me a lot more value in the late game. Dark Entangled, 2 Fear, Defend 3 in the jungle. Defend 5 with our Earth innate, Right innate over here on this jungle. Then we're going to use Promises, gathering 2 Dahan. We're going to gather these Dahan into D2 here. Rising Interest. Well, if we pay for this, that means we take an extra Blight here on D6. We do not take an extra blight on D2 because it's only 5 damage. Let's do the bottom of this card first. So we add a beast to a land, 1 fear, and then we get to add a wilds. We're going to put that wilds over here in D2. And that's just from the bottom part. That's traps and snares and beasts of the jungle. So now we can choose to pay for this. And look at what I drafted earlier. Terror turns to madness. So once again, rewarded for drafting that moon, air, water. So I played for this part. The problem is I do take a blight if I pay for it. I still think we pay for it. I drafted this card for this very moment. So okay, so all buildings do +1 damage. Fear card, save us please. And it does not. It says each player may push and explore to a land where it has more buildings from where it came from. I cannot do it here because these lands do not have more buildings, but I can stop the build here on D1. Okay, Jungle Ravage, Dead City. We do Blight here because it's 1 extra damage from Rising Interest. We have to Mining Rush to D5, build Wetlands, and we're in full control here. I mean, there's really, I don't think there's anything they can do at this point. Let's see the Exploring Coast. Like, even better for us because we've planned around it here as well as here now. That's just going to Ravage. Okay, time passes. Ideally, I would like to defend this on D3, but that's likely not going to happen this game. Well, I think maybe it'll happen next turn. Let's see, I could get the most I could defend. Yeah, I can't get my defend 10 there with Quicken. I think we just piece it, and then we big defend next turn. So let's do move a presence and gain a power card. Move a presence to D2. Gaining a power card, we have Call to Ferocity, we have Steam Vents, some really excellent cards here. Reaching Grasp is pretty weak. Infested Aquifer is pretty weak as well, despite it being perfect element with what we're trying to do with Quicken. I'm pretty sure the answer is Steam Vents just as a way so I can kill a town here on D5 in the late game. Though Call to Ferocity is great too, just more Dahan movement. What do we want to play this turn? I wonder if we just reclaim 1. Oh no, we want to play Peace this turn. Next, and then we also play Strong Constant Currents, maybe? Play these two. And then, so whatever I pick here, I'll be playing next turn, likely. I think we grab Steam Vents. I don't think it matters. We'll do Presence. I guess we can do Presence from here. I can play Steam Vents. Now I can destroy a land, or destroy a town. And then I have a Reclaim 1. We're going to use that Reclaim 1 to grab Quicken. And basically I'm setting up such that I can do Quicken and Promises in this land here. Oh, I don't want to do Strong Constant Currents this turn, though. I'm trying to figure out a way if I could fully defend that land. I don't think or not defend it, but deal with it next turn. So we're going to skip that, skip all Ravages with Peace. Strong Constant Currents, I was going to use that to shuffle Dahan into here. I guess I can do Currents again next turn. Oh, but I won't be able to because I can't get enough. I have to get Presence into here as well. We'll do Steam Vents, destroying this town. And next turn, we'll be at 4 energy. We'll have, let's see. We'll have an energy from that Reclaim. It's going to be very close. It's probably fine. Then we get Defend 5 here because we have the 3 Earth. Yeah, it's okay. We might have to draft a major for this at some point. Add an Explorer to a Blighted Land. We'll add it to our D6. Beast Push. We'll push this town into our D4. And Raids and Retaliations. So in every land with buildings in Dahan, 1 damage per Dahan. Oh, nice. So I could actually kill the town here. And then each building does a damage back. Dahan Raid, 1 damage and land with Dahan. Nice. Wetland Ravage, this is skipped. It's gone. Coast Build here. Mountain Explore with escalation. And we time pass. And we're going to go presence here. Oh, not there. From here. That gives us an energy. And actually before that, let's choose to gain a power card and move a presence. So basically moving a presence in here. I need that defend 10 here. That's why. And then we'll place a presence there. And that's where we gain that energy. And then we have a reclaim 1. I mean, I could probably just use Ever Twisting Trail. None of these cards really excite me. Lure of the Unknown. I mean, they're not bad cards. These are solid. Lure of the Unknown. I guess maybe it's Lure of the Unknown just to stop a build here. 0 cost. Yeah, that's probably it. And I get one more card draft. I think we go with we reclaim 1 and we grab Promises here. And then by doing this, I have Defend 10 Quicken for my D1. I have Lure of the Unknown, gathering this Explorer into here. I have my Defend 5. And I get to, I mean, I actually could, instead of playing Promises, I could grab, no, I think we want the Animal here. That's why we drafted this. I could use Promises. I don't think I use it anywhere. Unless I just leave this here. Yeah, I guess we use Promises. We pulled the Dahan into my D5 here. Yeah, because we don't need to kill this Explorer. We just need to work on killing the last city. We have one more stage 2 left. So the event is Circles of Growth. I can destroy presence. Dahan defend, irregular outbreaks. Okay, so I can destroy presence to gain a power card, or forget a power card to move into presence and gain energy. We're going to do that. We're going to forget reimagining, gain that energy, and I can move the presence. We'll move presence here, just trying to set up presence everywhere. And that's leave behind that which restrains. Okay, Coastal Ravage, kill that city. Mountain Build. Explore is Sands, perfect. And that's that last. So we'll be able to defend our mountain here. So Sands with a escalation. And we have the Mooninate. Let's use that to... Let's use the Animal Innate first. We're going to use that to push these Dahan, push them over here to the Sands. We're going to use the Moon Innate to gather and explore from D1 into D8. And then that's it. Okay, we're going to choose place a presence, gain an energy. We're going to choose to reclaim. And I'm going to gain a power card. I'm waiting to see what I want to pick with the element before I first want to see what cards I want to play here. I think we want to do Steam Vents. I think we want to do what do we want to play? Yeah, Steam Vents, probably Promises, and probably Quicken. I think we just play these 3 cards. And then we grab the fire here so we can get that fire. Nice. Yep, that's what we'll do. And then our last option, we'll choose a major here. We're just looking for ways to kind of finish up the game. We've got Indom, Death Falls, Twisted Flowers, Focus. None of these excite me. I'm just going to grab Twisted Flowers, and I chose to forget my piece. And then I'm going to use Steam Vents. We have the 3 Earth. I can kill a town. We're going to kill the town on D3. We're going to use Quicken. We're going to do that to do damage to both of these buildings. And we'll use Promises to gather 2 Dahan into my D4 here. And then next turn, so I'll have the Fire Innate. Yeah, and then I have the Earth Innate, Defend 5 over here. So yeah, it looks like I'll be able to kill all of the buildings by the end of next turn. See what we get. Oh, and I get to move a presence too when I gain that card. So we'll move this presence to D7. Maybe we could play around Sacred Sites under threat. Okay. Search new farmland does nothing. Plagues bring fear and death and engage on their own terms. If your card does nothing, Mountain Ravage, engage on their own terms. When Explorer lives, Sands build. Explorer is Jungle Wetland. And we are going to use the Animal Innate here to, just thinking, let's use the Fire Innate, doing 2 damage. We're going to do that here. 1 fear. And then we're going to use the Animal Innate, doing 4 damage here. It's 1 damage per Dahan. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, killing all of that. Time passes. And we're going to reclaim all. We're going to place a presence from this track. And then we're going to choose to place an additional card play. So now I get 4 card plays this turn. And we play these cards. I think it's these 4. We do Quicken. Nice defend 10 here. Constant Currents. Move the Explorer. Steam Vents. Kill the town. Promises. Gathering 2 Dahan. Oops. And Earth Innate. Defend 15. And just going through the motions here. Coastal Towns Multiply. Beasts Destroy. Nice playing around that. Add a Dahan to a land without Blight or Disease. Your cards, Isolate, Defend 2, Defend 6. Sure. Sands Ravage, and that is the end of the game. GG. So very solid win with Starlight. Like I said at the beginning of the game, Starlight is just pretty much dismantles this adversary. We took 1 Blight due to the event, but even then, it's just, you probably could take a couple Blight and not have any issues. Quicken definitely helped, but there are plenty of drafts in the deck, as you guys saw, that can kind of help us. If you were really struggling, you could always leverage the skip piece and really play towards a late game. But I try to play this Dahan defensive base strat. So if you like this video, like, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys in the next video.